10th day, But when the Lord or the associates appear, we say appearance day and disappearance day. So today is the disappearance day of Srivas Pandit, who is actually an incarnation of Narada Muni. So he's an incarnation of that. And very interestingly, the first Hare Krishna Kirtan happened in Narada Muni's house, which is Srivas Pandit's house. Yeah, so it's time for the Arati, so if you can all come in. You can come to the front. So, One of you ready? In the middle, we want to sing together. जय श्री राधा गोकुल नंद की, जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की, गौर निताय की, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी नित्य नामिने। विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Gauranita, Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. All hands up in the air. Jai Shri Radha Gokulananda ki. Jai Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki. Gauranitai ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna everyone. Thank you for joining for the Arati. We're going to offer obeisance to Guru Parampara. Very important to get the blessings of our Guru on the way to Krishna Bhakti. So please bow down. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Stotra Sati Srimati's Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Stotra Sati Srimati's Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासुदेव गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्णा गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की गंगा माई यमुना माई की तुलसी महारानी भक्ति देवी की वृंदावन धाम मथुरा धाम की मायापुर धाम नवदीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम द्वारका धाम की भक्ति वेदांत मैनर धाम की हरिनाम संकीर्तन की गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. We humbly request everyone to be seated for the Narasimha prayer. Hare Krishna.
एतो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह एतो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह यतो यतो अमिततो नरसिंह यतो यतो अमिततो नरसिंह बाहे नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह बाहे नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव तरकमलपरे नाका अद्भुतसिंहा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय प्रभुपदा नेता गौरा हरि बोल नेता गौरा हरि
जय श्री राधा गोकुलानंद की, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की, Gauri Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Let's give a little one, Vani, a big round of applause. Isn't it so joyful when we see children singing so nicely? And it's so very, very nice to see children practicing bhakti at a very young age. In fact, very interestingly, in Krishna consciousness, our greatest examples, our greatest leaders are the little ones, Bhakta Prahalad, right? We were just now singing the Narasimha prayer, and whom is singing for? Bhakta Prahalad. And he's our master, he's our spiritual master. And he's the one who told us the 9 forms of devotion. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Atma Nivedanam, Dasyam. So like that, the little one himself gave us this knowledge, So it's very clear that there is no age limit for bhakti. We always postpone bhakti to a later age, when we grow retired, when you get retired, then we'll think of bhakti. But actually, if you practice bhakti at a very young age, they'll become so joyful, they'll become so happy, they'll have so much of spiritual wisdom. And second thing is, look at the little one, they come, they literally want to go to the temple, They literally take the parents and say, let's go to the temple. So imagine at young age, if you have so much of, affection towards to see the Lord, come here and do the chanting, they will grow up to be wonderful devotees, isn't it? They will keep away from all the wrong things. They will always grow up in such a lovely devotees, and they can be an inspiration for everyone. In our spiritual movement, Bhakta Prahalad is a great inspiration. Dhruv Maharaj is a great inspiration. The little Dhruv Maharaj was a small child, and he went all the way into the forest. He went and started meditating. And finally, Lord Krishna appeared in front of him, Dhruv Maharaj, and he said, little one, Dhruv Maharaj, you have literally done so much of meditation. Tell me, what do you want? And the little Dhruv Maharaj said, Lord Krishna, after all this while, I wanted my father's kingdom. That's why I meditated so deeply. But after seeing you, now I realize that I was all the way meditating and doing all this for broken glass pieces. When a diamond like you is in front of me, why do I need the broken glass pieces? I don't want anything, I want only you. So we can learn from this beautiful example from Dhruv Maharaj and Bhakta Prahalad, that because we do not have the love for Krishna, because we don't have the joy of Krishna, we are wanting so many things. Give me one penthouse, give me one convertible car, give me this, give me that. But when we actually get the love of Krishna, we'll say, no, we don't want any of this. We don't want broken glass pieces. When a diamond like you is in front, why do we need all the broken glass pieces? So this is something which we can understand from the little ones like Bhakta Prahalad and Dhruv Maharaj. At a very young age itself, we should start our bhakti life. So we have children sometimes coming to the mandir. They have so much, they're so pure in their consciousness. Like when you buy a new iPhone, it works very nice. Later, after that, we keep adding all the apps and we start taking pictures, videos, and slowly the iPhone becomes slow, right? So like that, children are like new brand iPhone. They work very nicely. They can take bhakti life very nicely. But later, what do? Like us, we keep adding all kind of things on the phone. Later, the phone becomes slow. Then we keep cribbing. What can I do to increase the speed of my phone, right? So similarly, we have to understand, like, they're so pure in their consciousness. That's the right time to give them bhakti, right? Give them all the tools to come here, to practice, give them the right ambience, and they will blossom like flower. Many times, just imagine, if you want a nice flower, when do you want the flower? When it is fresh, right? Imagine somebody gives you a faded flower. You say like, no, I'm not enjoying the flower anymore. It's a faded, the leaves of the petals are dropping off. Like that, in our human life, when do you think we should offer ourselves to Krishna? When we are hale and healthy, right? When we are nice, hale and healthy, when we are nice, able to sing nicely, when you're able to chant nicely, that's when we come and glorify Krishna. What's the point of later, when we are not able to speak? These days we have even dementia, right? Alzheimer's, so many things are coming up. So you have 70 years of life and you do not know when all these things are going to come in our life. So we should not postpone our things for later life. Okay, I will postpone it in the retirement life. We never know what's going to happen in our retirement life, right? So we all have to, the reason why we always listen to the scriptures is, it gives you so much of wisdom that you should practice our spiritual life at a very young age. And Krishna is never telling us, leave everything and come behind me. What is Krishna's message? Kaam karte raho, naam japte raho. That keep on doing what you're doing, but always remember that I am there for you. That is Krishna's message. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyacha mai arpito mano buddhi mami vaisesam. Always think of me, Arjuna, in the form of Krishna, and keep on carry on doing what you're doing. So that when you do everything as an offering to Krishna, then Krishna says, all the karma that comes with it, I will remove all the karma that comes with it. So you will become karma free. Because why we come into this material world? Because of some karma we have done, some good karma, some bad karma we have done, we come with a baggage. Like Santa Claus, we come with a baggage of good karma and bad karma. And we are suffering and we are enjoying. Suffering and enjoying in this material world. But Krishna says, in this life, be smart. Do everything as an offering to me. Then I will remove all the bad karma that comes with it. Because you're doing it for me, I will take care of it. So this is Krishna's message in Bhagavad Gita. Just surrender unto me and I will protect you from all sinful reactions. So as always, we are going to give you one sloka from Bhagavad Gita before I hand it over. Vani, are you ready for that? One sloka from Bhagavad Gita, you already know that sloka. So I just repeat after me, I will tell you this. Patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhakta prayachati tad aham bhaktya upahritam asnami prayatatmana. This is a beautiful sloka Lord Krishna is telling us in Bhagavad Gita. Patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhakta prayachati tadaham bhakti upahritam asnami prayatatmana. The Supreme Lord, the Lord of the God of all the gods, Sri Krishna Bhagavan is saying, I don't need anything extravagant. You don't need to be a rich person in order to worship Krishna. Krishna is saying 4 simple things if you give me with lots of love and devotion. You know, when you have something, you either need some nice sugar in it or either you need salt in it, right? To enjoy any dish. So like that, Krishna is saying, I want these 4 things with lot of love and devotion. What are the 4 things? Just a tulsi leaf, just a flower, just a fruit, or just even some water. Krishna says, if you offer me with love and devotion, I will surely accept it. So this is Krishna's mercy, that he's saying that you just early in the morning when you wake up, just offer some fruits, some kiwi, some mango, or if you don't have mango, even apple, and oranges are available throughout the year here, right? Just offer some oranges and just offer it to Krishna. I cannot offer anything bigger than this. I'm just offering you some fruits and flower or some water. Krishna is saying, if you offer me with love and devotion, I'm surely going to take it. And not only that Krishna takes whatever you offer, but in return Krishna says, Your Yogashemam Vahamyaham, which means when you are engaging in bhakti towards Krishna and offering it to Krishna, Krishna says, Ananyas Chintayanto ma ye jana paryupashate tesham nitya vyuktanam Yogashemam Vahamyam. When you are doing out of bhakti for me, Krishna says, I cannot keep quiet. If you do anything with Krishna, Krishna gets so restless. He wants to do something back for you. And what does he do? Your Yogashemam, your welfare, I will take care. Whatever you lack in your life, I will give it to you. Whatever you have in your life, I will preserve it for you. How beautiful is that? Who can give you such kind of assurance, right? Only God can give you that. And where is that God sitting? Is it only on the mandir altar that Krishna is there? No. Krishna is sitting in each and every one of our heart. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrideshi Arjuna tishtati. Krishna is telling Arjuna, I'm sitting in everyone's heart. So I'm watching everything. You know, they say according to our scriptures, the soul and the super soul, Atma and Paramatma, they're like 2 birds inside your heart. So the Atma is we, in this body, we're enjoying, we're doing all kind of things. And there is a bird next to it, which is Paramatma, who's witnessing and watching what we are doing. So today you come to the mandir, immediately Krishna recording in his book, this devotee came to see me. And Krishna's memory is so strong that you may forget after next week when you went to the mandir. But Krishna remembers that very well. Krishna says, anything small you do, even if it can be the most insignificant, in the eyes of Krishna, Krishna says it is something very, very big for him. He gets so touched by even doing a small. Today, it is very hot outside. A lot of people would have put some AC and sat at home. But you decided that, no, I'm going to go to the mandir. Doesn't matter how hot it is, I'm going to see Krishna. This is austerity in the mood of goodness. This is real austerity. And this is what Krishna notices, that my devotee, he sacrificed, even in the hot weather, on a Friday evening. We could have sat and watched some Netflix show, but he decided, no, I'm going to go and see Krishna. This is the love that Krishna is after. He just loves people who love him so much. And Krishna never keeps quiet. And he's not an ordinary God. He is the Deva. He is the one who's ruling all the planets and everything, right? And if he gives his word saying that I'm going to give you protection, you can be rest assured that Krishna gives this protection. And I was just mentioning of the Chaitya about this Panchatattva. The last one is Srivas Pandit, who is actually Narada Muni's incarnation and his disappearance day actually today. So these Panchatattva, they are the ones who are actually given us the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And the main one is in the middle, golden color dhoti, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also called as Nityananda, who is Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself, but in the avatar of a devotee. And he is the one who has given us the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Blue color dhoti, that is Nityananda, who is none other than Lord Balaram. So Chaitanya and so Gauranga and Nityananda, they are the ones, Krishna and Balaram, they are the ones who have given us the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So shall we give a big shout for them? So keep your hands up in the mood of surrender and let's call out and say, Gauranga! We can be much more joyful than that. Let's show Krishna, let's show Chaitanya, Gauranga and Nityananda how much we love them. Gauranga! Gauranga! Nityananda! Nityananda! When I say Gauranga, you say Nityananda. When I say Nityananda, you say Gauranga, okay? Gauranga! Gauranga! Nityananda! Nityananda! Gauranga! Gauranga! Nityananda! Nityananda! Thank you so much. By doing this small, simple endeavor, $1 billion got into your spiritual bank balance today. Because this is the most auspicious thing that you can ever do in Kali Yuga. They are the most merciful avatars, and they are the ones who have given us this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So calling out their name by lifting their hands, this is the highest mood of surrender in this Kali Yuga, which is what you all have done. So thank you so much for giving your time. So we're going to just give it to Prabhuji, and he's going to carry on with the Krishna Katha. And also for devotees who are going to be going on the way out, there is Mahaprasadam being served in the Haveli.
Hare Krishna, everybody. So in about 7 or 8 minutes, we will begin chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra for about an hour in honor, yes, in remembrance of today, which is the disappearance day of Sri Srivas Thakur. Then at 6 p.m., we'll have a special class describing some of the important events and specific details about Srivas Thakur, who he is, why is he so special, what are some of the things that happened in his life. At 7 p.m. we'll have Arati, and at 7:30 p.m. we will take prasadam, yeah, together. So if you can stay that long, that will be nice. So we have some minutes before we start chanting, and we're going to take the opportunity to continue our reading from Krishna. It's a book, and it's called, literally, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this is a rendering of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sorry, 1 second. My technology is tripping me up. Hare Krishna. So we're reading from chapter 27 of volume 2 called, what's it called? Lord Krishna and Balaram meet the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Krishna had his capital city, his fortress at Dwarka. But that's not where he grew up. He grew up in Vrindavan. And when Krishna and Balaram, his elder brother, when they were boys, grown-up boys, they had to leave Vrindavan for the protection of the residents there, because they were under attack by various demoniac rulers, kings. Anyway, Krishna eventually established his fortress at Dwarka. And when he was well established in his duties as a Kshatriya of Dwarka, he at one point returned, or rather he met the residents of Vrindavan at the place of pilgrimage called Kurukshetra. So you probably know Kurukshetra as the place where the battle between the Kurus and the Pandavas was fought. So it's a very special holy place. At this particular time there was a solar eclipse. And so the entire Yadu family, all of Krishna's family from Dwarka, practically, they came there to perform different religious activities. And the residents in Vrindavan also came there. So they met again at the Kurukshetra. So we're picking up where we left off yesterday. Krishna was sitting with Mother Yashoda and his other mothers, Devaki and Rohini. But when the mothers engaged in talking, he took the opportunity and went to a secluded place to meet the gopis. As soon as he approached the gopis, the Lord began to smile, and after embracing them and inquiring about their welfare, he began to encourage them, saying, "My dear friends, you know that both Lord Balaram and myself left Vrindavan just to please our relatives and family members. Thus, we were long engaged in fighting with our enemies and were obliged to forget you, who were so much attached to me in love and affection. I can understand that by this action I have been ungrateful to you, but still I know that you are faithful to me. May I inquire if you have been thinking of us, although we had to leave you behind? My dear gopis, do you now dislike remembering me, considering me to have been ungrateful to you? Do you take my misbehavior with you very seriously? After all, you should know it was not my intention to leave you. Our separation was ordained by Providence, who, after all, is the supreme controller and does as he desires. He causes the intermingling of different persons and again disperses them as he desires. Sometimes we see that due to the presence of clouds and strong wind, atomic particles of dust and broken pieces of cotton are intermingled together, and after the strong wind subsides, all the particles of dust and cotton are again separated, scattered in different places. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is the creator of everything. The objects which we see are different manifestations of his energy. By his supreme will, we are sometimes united and sometimes separated. We can therefore conclude that ultimately we are absolutely dependent on his will. So this is a very nice instruction, how in this world we come together with those that we have a relationship with, and we're also separated in due course of time. Another example is given that just as pieces of straw that are flowing down with the river, sometimes they intermingle, they come together, and again they separate. And in this world, also by the will of the Supreme, we come together with other living entities in the form of family connections or, society and community friendships. But in course of time, we become separated. And this all happens by the will of Providence. Despite everyone's plan or best intention, living entities come together and are later separated. So Krishna is telling the gopis that this is our case as well. He had to leave Vrindavan to take care of family matters, wider family matters. He says, fortunately, you have developed a loving affection for me, which is the only way to achieve the transcendental position of association with me. Any living entity who develops such unalloyed devotional affection for me, certainly at the end goes back to home, back to Godhead. In other words, unalloyed devotional service and affection for me are the cause of supreme liberation. So unalloyed means unmixed, it's pure, without any selfish motive. The service itself is its own reward. One simply wishes to satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord. This is unalloyed devotional service. So if one loves Krishna like that, that's the cause of supreme liberation. He continues, my dear Gopi friends, you may know from me that it is my energies only which are acting everywhere. Take, for example, an earthen pot. an earthen pot. It is nothing but a combination of earth, water, air, fire, and sky. Right, these are the 5 gross material elements. Bhumi, Rapo, Nalo, Vayu, Kamano, Budureva, Cha. Krishna says, Ahankara, Itiyame, Bina Prakritir Ashtara. There are 8 material elements, and 3 of them are very subtle: mind, intelligence, and false ego. And this makes up our mental body, or our subtle body. But the gross physical body is made up of these other elements: Bhumir, Apo, Nalu, Anol, Vayur, and Kam, which means ether, or space, or sky. So he's giving the example of an earthen pot here, which is nothing but a combination of earth, water, fire, and sky. You have to bring the clay, it has to be mixed with some water, you have to fire it, and it has to occupy some space. So Krishna says, it is always of the same physical properties, this earthen pot, whether in its beginning, during its existence, or after its annihilation. It is always of the same physical composites. When it is created, the earthen pot is made of earth, water, fire, air, and sky. While it remains, it is the same in composition. And when it is broken and annihilated, its different ingredients are conserved in different parts of the material energy. Yeah? Energy is neither created or destroyed, it simply transforms. Yes. Krishna says, similarly, at the creation of this cosmic manifestation, during its maintenance and after its dissolution, everything is but a different manifestation of my energy. And because the energy is not separate from me, it is to be concluded that I am existing in everything. So this entire cosmic creation, when it comes into being, for the course of its duration, and when it is finally dissolved, the energy is Krishna's. It's simply different state of manifestation or non-manifestation. But the energy is emanating from Krishna, and therefore Krishna is existing in everything. He says, in the same way, the body of a living being is nothing but a composition of the 5 elements. And the living entity embodied in the material condition is also part and parcel of me. Right, so the body is made of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And the soul residing in the body is a part and parcel of Krishna, a spiritual spark. 2 different types of energy, Krishna says in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Apara Prakriti, this dull material energy, and Para Prakriti, transcendental, spiritual in nature. Conscious, sentient. Material energy is dull, insentient, unconscious. And spiritual energy is conscious energy. The living entity is imprisoned in the material condition on account of his false conception of himself as the supreme enjoyer. This false ego of the living entity is the cause of his imprisonment in material existence. So we have a false idea of ourselves. What is that false idea? The false idea is that I am here to enjoy all that I come in touch with. All that I survey, I am the Lord and Master. This is our false conception of self. And that is the cause of our imprisonment in material existence. We think that this place exists for me to enjoy. But the truth is that this is Krishna's energy. And therefore it's meant for his purpose. And I am also a manifestation of Krishna's energy. And I am also meant for his purpose. He is the enjoyer. We are to be enjoyed. This is the truth. As the Supreme Absolute Truth, Krishna says, I am transcendental to the living entity, as well as to this material embodiment. The two energies, material and spiritual, are both acting under my supreme control. Right, two energies, material and spiritual. Everything in this world is a combination of these two energies, that's all. And both are under Krishna's control. My dear gopis, I request that instead of being so afflicted, you try to accept everything with a philosophical attitude. Then you will understand that you are always with me, and that there is no cause of lamentation in our being separated from one another. So if we can have a philosophical outlook, appreciating how Krishna is actually within everything. Everything is a manifestation of his energy. By his own plenary expansion, as the super soul, he enters into everything. Yes, so he comes with us on our journey through this world, through this material body. Krishna is right here with us. So where's the question of separation? No need to lament. Krishna is here. And especially when we associate with his sound incarnation, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, we feel a strong connection with Krishna. He is none different from the vibration of his glories. Srila Prabhupada writes, this important instruction of Lord Krishna's to the gopis can be utilized by all devotees engaged in Krishna consciousness. Right, so this is for us, not just the gopis. The whole philosophy is considered on the basis of inconceivable, simultaneous oneness and difference. This is known as Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Lord Chaitanya taught this supreme philosophy that Krishna and Krishna's energies are the same and not the same at the same time. I like that phrase. The same and not the same at the same time. Yeah? Just like the sunshine and the sun are the same, but they're not the same at the same time. Yeah? If the window's open and the sunlight comes in, we say, oh, the sun has entered the room. Really? Has the sun entered the room? If the sun entered the room, you would be incinerated. Okay? So the sun has not entered the room, and at the same time, the sun has entered the room. The energy and the energetic are one and the same, and are also different. Same and different simultaneously. Yeah? The same and not the same at the same time. This is called Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. This is the truth of existence. The whole philosophy is considered on the basis of inconceivable, simultaneous oneness and difference. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that he is present everywhere in his impersonal feature. Everything is existing in him, but still, he is not personally present everywhere. Right? Everything is existing in him. There's no separate existence outside of him. Nothing can exist independently of him. Therefore, everything is existing in him. It rests on him. But still, he is not personally present everywhere. In other words, he is within it and beyond it. Yeah? You know, if we just look in this room, it's all a manifestation of Krishna's energy. You know? The walls, the boards, the paintings, the doors, the windows, the mic stand, the floor, the ceiling, the lamps, the curtains, yeah, the mats, the chairs, our physical bodies. These are all manifestations of Krishna's energy. And what is alive because of the presence of the spirit soul. That's also energy of Krishna. So, Krishna is everywhere by his energies. Yeah? And not only that, he is everywhere by his super soul expansion. Personally. But super soul expansion means it's an expansion. It's not Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Yeah? He is residing in his own abode of Goloka Vrindavana, performing eternal pastimes with his intimate associates. He doesn't need to come here. He says to Arjuna, by a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire cosmic manifestation. By a mere expansion, plenary expansion, we say. Super soul. Just like I have a candle, an original candle. And there's a whole bunch of other candles, and I get to light each of them from my original flame. Yeah? So all the candles that I have lit, I can take them all over the building, to every room. The original candle doesn't have to travel to every room. The original candle can stay where it started. And all the candles that have been lit, they can be taken to all the rooms. So Krishna is in the material world and not in the material world. By the expansion of his energies and by his own plenary expansion, he is all-pervading, present everywhere. And still, he is existing beyond it. And therefore, when the material universes are wound up and unmanifest within the body of Mahavishnu, Mahavishnu is still there. All the universes reside in the body of Lord Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu is, again, a plenary expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. So, everything is in Krishna, and Krishna is in everything, and still, he is not personally present everywhere. We're coming to an end, and then we're going to start chanting. Okay? The cosmic manifestation is nothing but a display of Krishna's energy. And because the energy is not different from the energetic, nothing is different from Krishna. Right? This is another way of saying the same thing again. Krishna. The sunshine is not different from the sun planet. It's the sun. Krishna's energy is not different from Krishna. So nothing is different from Krishna. And at the same time, Krishna is somewhere else also. When the absolute consciousness, Krishna consciousness, when this absolute consciousness, Krishna consciousness, is absent, we are separated from Krishna. But fortunately, if this Krishna consciousness is present, then we are not separated from Krishna. The process of devotional service is the revival of Krishna consciousness. And if the devotee is fortunate enough to understand that the material energy is not separated from Krishna, then he can utilize the material energy and its products in the service of the Lord. But in the absence of Krishna consciousness, the forgetful living entity, although part and parcel of Krishna, falsely puts himself in the position of enjoyer of the material world, and, being thus implicated in material entanglement, is forced by the material energy to continue his material existence. This is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Although a living entity is forced to act by the material energy, he falsely thinks that he is the all in all and the supreme enjoyer. It's Krishna's energy, and I am also Krishna's energy. And this energy is not separated from Krishna, and it is meant for his enjoyment, for his purpose. When I'm conscious of that, I'm Krishna conscious. And I see that everything should be engaged in the service of the proprietor. Everything should be engaged in the service of the Lord who owns everything. That's Krishna consciousness. If I'm not Krishna consciousness, I think it's meant for me. I'm the enjoyer of it. And what's the result? I become entangled within it. And I have to suffer the consequences of attempting to exploit this material energy. Action and reaction. Falsely thinking that I am all in all, the supreme enjoyer, and that I'm free. This world is my oyster. That isn't, what a classic saying we have. The world is your oyster. He was so young, he was so talented, he was so qualified, he was so well educated. The world was his oyster. Yeah? And then what happened? He blew it all to hell. Because the world was not his oyster. He thought the world was his oyster. And everybody wants to believe the same fairy tale. That the world is our oyster. It's not your oyster. It's Krishna's. And it's meant for his satisfaction. And when we realize that, we'll actually be happy. Because we're part of the Lord. And seeing to his happiness means that our happiness will be attained. The part participates in the pleasure of the whole. The hand is benefited by serving the stomach. Then the food, the energy from the food goes back to the hand. So when we accept that Krishna is all in all, he is the enjoyer, I'm meant for his enjoyment, let me serve him. That is how actually to be happy. But if we're not Krishna conscious and we think that the world is meant for my enjoyment, then we strive very hard to get enjoyment while conveniently leaving God out of the picture. But that's not possible. You're trying to have the kingdom of God without God. Therefore, it's called illusion, Maya, that which is not. What it is Krishna's, and we're thinking it's for me. This is our problem. This is why we're suffering. This is why we remain in the material world. And this is why we struggle. And the struggle can be finished as soon as we agree to accept Krishna as the Supreme Master and Enjoyer, and to engage in his transcendental loving service, beginning with hearing about him. So that's what we're doing. Hearing about him from Srimad Bhagavatam and other Vedic literatures. And in this age, particularly, it is recommended that we chant the holy names of the Lord. This is the process given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. And by this process of glorifying Krishna, by chanting his holy names, all perfection, all freedom, real freedom can be attained. So we're going to continue reading from Krishna book on most likely Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday we have another festival. Probably, anyway, we'll see, Monday or Tuesday. But right now, I'm going to hand over to Purushottam Prabhu to lead us in some chanting of Hare Krishna. Same word. We're reading from chapter 27 of volume 2. It's in the complete volume of Krishna book, it'll be chapter 80-something. Lord Krishna and Balaram meet the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Okay. Do you want me to say something about that?
Yes, please, because I have to give a talk.
Okay, plenary expansion. So expansion is pretty easy to understand, right?
Yeah.
In other words, if... Okay, yes, so Maharaj is asking to elaborate a little bit what plenary expansion means. I've mentioned this several times now, plenary expansion. Plenary means absolute, or as good as, or same as. That's what plenary means. Yes? Just as good as. And expansion, we know, yeah, means more of, right? So more of Krishna, that's just as good as Krishna. These are the Lord's plenary expansions. Avatar. We call them Vishnu Avatar. Vishnu Tattva Avatar. Forms of the Lord that appear anywhere and everywhere at will. Because He's not a limited person. He's not confined to one particular time and place or body or space. He is capable of being anywhere and everywhere all at the same time. Because He is an unlimited person. I mean, when you think about it, it's mind-boggling. Right? We're identifying the specific plenary expansion of the Super Soul, Paramatma. Where is Paramatma? Where's Paramatma? Is that it?
No, it's in the heart of all the universes as well.
Okay, He's in the heart of all the universes. He's in the heart. He's in your heart. Yeah? He's in every atom of your physical heart organ. He's in every atom of every cell of your complete body. He's in every atom of the air that surrounds your body. He's in every atom of the floor we're sitting on. He's in every atom that exists within this universe and countless other universes. I mean, talk about magnitude of expansion. Talk about unlimited personality. Without losing identity. He doesn't lose his identity by, spreading himself out. He replicates himself unlimitedly. He enters into every atom. Eko pyasaura chayatum jagat anda kotim yanshaktir asti jagat anta chayayaranta andanta rasta paramano chayanta rastam govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. Brahma Samhita. I can't remember the verse number, but it begins Eko pyasau. That's your perfect verse for understanding plenary expansion. Yeah, He is. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur translates it as, He is a non-differentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In other words, energy and energetic are the same. In His work of creation of millions of universes, He and His energy remains inseparable. His energy remains inseparable from Him. He exists in His... all the universes exist in Him, right? All the universes, plural, exist in Him. And He exists in His fullness in every single one of the atoms that are spread throughout the universe. In other words, He is in everything and everything is in Him. And when we say He's in everything, it's like literally, He is in every atom. And if we want to take this a little further, in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna tells Arjuna that you should meditate on the Lord as one who is smaller than the smallest. That's one of the ways in which he tells Arjuna to think about Him. He says, I'm the Supreme Lord is smaller than the smallest. He's talking about Himself. Prabhupada, in the purport, says that the smallest unit is the living soul, the Jivatma. Right? Paramanu. I mean, we are infinitesimal, very tiny. We're smaller than the atom. The spirit spark is smaller than the atom. And Srila Prabhupada says that the super soul enters into the heart of that unit, that spiritual unit. So he enters into the soul. Look it up. I'm telling you.
Entity soul.
Pardon?
So there is a super soul and there is a living the entity super soul as well. Yes, Jivatma.
This Jivatma.
And Paramatma.
The Jivatma means tiny spirit spark.
They're both sort of like next to each other.
Jivatma.
Yeah. They're both next to each other.
Paramatma also within the Jivatma soul.
Yes. That's what Srila Prabhupada writes in the 8th chapter purport.
But when the Jivatma is doing some mistake or anything, then the super soul wouldn't interfere, wouldn't guard.
The Paramatma is giving direction and intelligence. It said that intelligence is the form direction of Paramatma. So, you know that little voice that kind of tells you, oh, be careful, or
Yes.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to end well. Or, yeah, that's a good thing. You should do that. That's the right thing to do. Yeah, that's Krishna. That's Super Soul. But because we have minute free will, yeah, we may override that guidance and say, "Oh, I'm going to do what I want anyway." And then Prabhupada says, then Krishna says, "Okay, go do your nonsense at your own risk."
Can you repeat that? The way you said, I'm going to do anything. Can you repeat that?
I'm going to do what I want anyway. Yeah? Did you like that?
First one was better.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah, Krishna is guiding us, and He's giving us intelligence and intuition. It's called, the word intuition, right? Teaching inside. So this Paramatma is a plenary expansion of Krishna. Like, so many candle lights are expansions of an original candle light. That's plenary expansion. As good as all the potency of the original flame is there in all the other expansions. Vishnu Tattva, full manifestation. Of course, he may not display or manifest the full gamut of his personal features, right? As Lord Krishna, as Lord Ramachandra, he's not displaying some of the specific things that Lord Krishna displays. But he's not different from Krishna. Lord Ramachandra and Lord Krishna are the same personality of Godhead, right? As Lord Narayana in Vaikuntha, he's not revealing his full qualities as Krishna. But they're not two different people. He is the one, same, supreme personality of Godhead. Whereas we are described as separated expansions. All the Vishnu avatar expansions are plenary expansions, as good as. But the Jivatmas, we, tiny souls, we are separated expansions. Marginal energy. This is good. It's good we've arrived here because today is Srivas Thakur's disappearance day. Srivas Thakur is the personification of Jiva Tattva, marginal energy. He is incarnation of Narada Muni. He represents all of us. The infinitesimal, tiny part and parcels of Krishna, the separated expansions of Krishna. We are not equal to Vishnu. Yes, we're not equal to Vishnu. But Vishnu's expansions are all equal to Vishnu. And the Super Soul, who resides in every atom and is even within the Jivatma, he is Vishnu Tattva. But the Jivatma and the Vishnu Tattva, always eternally separate and distinct. Never one. This is a very important point of true Vedanta. So, he's in every atom, and every universe is in him. Therefore, Mother Yashoda cannot bind him with ropes, right? Because she's trying to bind a person who is unlimited. All the universes are within him. Even though he appears to be present before her in a bindable form. Like, what's the problem? How difficult can it be? He's just a baby. How hard can it be to put a rope around him? It's hard because you're not dealing with an ordinary child. He's an unlimited person. And when Mother Yashoda looks inside his mouth, she sees all the universes. And she sees herself looking inside his mouth. So he's infinite. You cannot bind the infinite. Plenary expansion means, right, more of Krishna and as good as Krishna. Thank you for the query.
Prabhuji, the inner voice that you talked about, which tries to stop us from doing anything wrong or gives us that indication that we are about to do something wrong, that inner voice.
Yeah.
Is that Paramatma's voice or is that our soul's voice? I thought it was our soul's voice that is stopping us to do, but as you explained, it seems it is the Paramatma soul which is guiding us, not our soul.
Without Paramatma, the Jivatma has no existence. We depend on Paramatma for all energy and intelligence. Krishna says, Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto Mata Smithir Jnanam Apohanam Shara. I am seated in everyone's heart. From me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. And later on he also says, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshir Jnatishtiti Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantrarudhani Maya. Again, the Supreme Lord, the Ishvara, he said, I am the Ishvara. I am seated in everyone's heart. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe. I am in the place of everyone's heart. And I am causing the living entities to travel from one body to another, as if they're seated on a machine. The body's like a machine. So we go from one machine to another machine, from one body to another body, to another body to another body, by the guidance, the direction of the Supersoul. So everything is dependent on the Supersoul's direction. And there's a purport we should study in the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. I think it's in chapter 2 or chapter 3. Can't remember right now. And in this particular chapter, Srila Prabhupada actually gives us a wonderful meditation. How to appreciate that intelligence that comes to us is actually the guidance of Supersoul. I wish I could tell you the exact verse, but you'll have to have the pleasure of reading through the first few chapters of the second canto of Bhagavatam to find it. Srila Prabhupada gives us like a literal guided meditation in understanding that I am not alone. I am dependent for all active functions and thinking, completely dependent on the Supersoul. So the little voice, that's the intelligence, which is the form direction of the Supersoul. Is that okay? I wish you success finding the verse and purport I'm thinking about. That's in the first canto, yeah? Oh, it's CC? Yeah, okay, it's repeated. Yeah, Lord Bhishmadev says when he's lying on his bed of arrows, thus I am now able to comprehend your eternal forms, knowing well the Paramatma to be only your plenary portion. Yeah. The Paramatma is simply the expansion, the as good as expansion of the Lord, Vishnu Tattva. Let's chant, Prabhu. That's why you're here. Because we have a class in half an hour, so we should do some Hare Krishna chanting. So now we're going to chant Hare Krishna together in call and response fashion. This is called Sankirtan. Very pleasing to Lord Chaitanya. He gave us this method of self-realization. And it's fitting that we do this on Srivas Thakur's disappearance day, because Lord Chaitanya would chant and dance very much so at Srivas Sangam, the place of residence of Srivas Thakur. So we'll chant the mantra in call and response fashion. Yeah? And what matters is the sound vibration of the Lord's holy names, not so much the tune or any other consideration. What matters is that we are able to chant together in call and response. But if there's a nice melody, that makes it even sweeter, right? And Purushottam Prabhu is expert at nice melodies, so we're lucky. Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Bol. You're welcome. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatadesatharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatadesatharine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Sri Radhe Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jai Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Nittai Gaura Haribol 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 Nittai Gaura Haribol Nittai Gaura Haribol 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 Nittai Gaura Haribol Sri Sri Radha Gokulanand ki Ram Lakshman Sita Hanuman ki Gaur Nitai ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Thank you.
Come on.
Let me tell you. Oh, Prabhu, it's 8, verse 8. Yeah. Jaya Radha Madhava कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय वैष्णव ठाकुर, वैष्णव ठाकुर, वैष्णव ठाकुर, जय वैष्णव ठाकुर. Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, everyone. So, Hare Krishna, my name is Aman, and I'm going to give this class on the very auspicious day of disappearance day of Sri Srivas Pandit. So this survey just came to me with no notice. I had very less time to prepare for the class, and there were many people who are like billions times more qualified than me, but it just somehow came to me because there's no one in the Brahmachari ashram. So anyone knows here about Srivas Pandit though? Anyone knows, have any idea who Srivas Pandit? Have you heard of him before? Okay, you have no. Come on, I know that some of you, I know that you know about Srivas Thakur, Srivas Pandit. But the challenge for me was that it would be a mix of audience. So some people don't even believe that God exists. Some people don't believe that even Krishna is not God. And then we are talking about someone from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela who have no idea about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God or not. So that was the challenge for me, how to present it. So Srivas Pandit is the incarnation of Narad Muni in this Kali Yuga. Now why he came in this Kali Yuga, we will talk about it. But first of all, I think it's very important for us to know that who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then who is Narad Muni as well. So let's establish have some little bit of understanding of the background, and then we can talk about the pastimes, because it is important that we understand the philosophy before we get into the pastimes. So I have chosen this verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita because it's always nice to read something from Srila Prabhupada's book before starting a class, just to have some foundation to start from. So this is text 8 from chapter 10 of Adi Leela of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Daniel, would you mind scrolling it? Thank you. Can everyone see the verse? Okay. So I am going to recite it first, and then if all of you can repeat after me, that would be amazing. Can all of you come here, because I can't see you? It would be nice to have a face-to-face. It's nice. It's more interactive. Srivasa Pandita or Sri Rama Pandita. দুই ভাই দুই সখ জগতে বিদিতা শ্রীবাস পণ্ডিত और श्री राम पंडिता দুই ভাই দুই সখ জগতে বিদিতা Srivas Pandita or Sri Rama Pandita. দুই ভাই দুই সখ জগতে বিদিতা Srivas Pandita or Sri Rama Pandita. দুই সাই দুই সখা জগতে বিদিতা Srivas Pandita or Sri Rama Pandita. दुई भाई दुई सखा जगते विदिता शिवास पंडितार श्री राम पंडिता दुई भाई दुई सखा जगते विदिता. Anyone from ladies? शिवासा पंडितार श्री राम पंडिता दुई शिवास पंडित Aura and Shri Rama Pandit, Dui Bhai, two brothers, Dui Shakha, two branches, Jagate, in the world, Vidita, well known. Translation: the true brothers Shivasa Pandit and Shri Rama Pandit started two branches that are well known in the world. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Srila Prabhupada writes, in the Gaur Ganudesh Dipika, Shivasa Pandit, Shivas Thakur, is described as an incarnation of Narad Muni, and Sri Rama Pandit, his younger brother, is said to be an incarnation of Parvat Muni, a great friend of Narad's. Shivas Pandit's wife Malini is celebrated as an incarnation of the nurse Ambika, who fed Lord Krishna with her breast milk, and as already noted, his niece Narayani, the mother of Thakur Vrindavan Das, the author of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, was the sister of Ambika in Krishna Leela. We also understand from the description of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat that after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's acceptance of the sannyas order, Shivas Pandit left Navdvip, possibly because of feelings of separation, and domiciled at Kumara Hatta. Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamlam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savidhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone. So thank you so much for being here. So those who have not heard about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it could be a bit technical, but I'll try to make it as simple as possible. So first of all, let's understand who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You see this picture? So in this picture, the one person in the middle in yellow clothes, he is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he is Krishna himself who has appeared in Kali Yuga. And he is Krishna in the mood of Radharani. And there are different reasons why he has appeared in Kali Yuga. There are external reasons and there are internal reasons. And one of the reasons is, one of the very most important reason is that in Kali Yuga, it's the age of quarrel and irreligion. And people really don't know how to progress in their spiritual life. They really don't know what to do with their life. They live kind of like animals. Their lives are mostly centered around feeding themselves, bringing up their children, sleeping, eating, defending, which pretty much animals also do. So seeing the condition of human beings, of the living entities in this, especially in this age, Krishna feels very compassionate towards them. That's what's going to happen to them. That's one thing. Now the second thing was, during Mahaprabhu's time, which was around 500 years ago, there were a lot of philosophies which have sprung up, which have nothing to do with bhakti. For example, there was one philosophy of Mayavad, which means that people believing that I am God, I can become God, God is everywhere, you are God, I am God, and anyone can become God. There's no God as such. So everything is illusion, and I can become God, you can become God, so there's no God, which is kind of an atheistic philosophy. Same with, there's another philosophy which came, Buddhism. Buddhism is also atheistic philosophy. I used to follow Buddhism for 3 years before I came to Krishna consciousness, and all I was asked to do was just chanting a mantra towards the blank wall, and the universe will give something to you. So, it's like the universe will give something to you, but what is the universe? What is the cause of the universe? No one would discuss about that. So again, atheistic philosophy. Now, little bit of devotion people had was for demigods, which was very transactional, which means that they would only worship demigods to get something from them. So there was no love. For example, I'm going to give this 101 pounds or rupees to you, and in return you will give something to me. That is kind of the nature of this world today as well. But at that time, that was even, I would say, that was coming up. And tantric vidyas in Bengal especially, which was more around, worshipping goddess Durga in the mode of ignorance to get some mystic powers. So all these things were springing up. So people have nothing to do. They didn't know about what bhakti is. Bhakti was very much in the corner. No one knew about it. And no one really knew how to progress in a spiritual life. And that's why Krishna had to come himself as in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, sometimes people think that he's just another incarnation. First of all, many times people don't even know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they don't even accept. Even Vaishnava Sampradayas, they don't accept. But those who accept, sometimes they think that Mahaprabhu is just an incarnation of Krishna. But Mahaprabhu is not just an incarnation. He is Krishna himself. He is the cause of all incarnations. He is Avatari. He is not one of the avatars. Especially in this month, I won't get into the technicalities, but especially for our time, Krishna has come himself from the spiritual world to distribute the holy name and to teach people how to come back to him in the spiritual world, how to leave this entanglement and trap of suffering, doing good and getting good for others, and then again getting your karma back, and just being trapped in the cycle of good and bad. And when Krishna comes, he always comes with his associates. We never worship Krishna by himself. So you would always see in our altars, especially in our ISKCON temples, you would always see Krishna with Balram or Radharani. Sometimes in some of the temples you will see Lalita and Vishakha as well. In other temples you would also find Janva Devi. So Krishna is never alone for us. So always, whenever Krishna comes, he comes with his associates. Why does he come with his associates? Because he wants to give pleasure. Because the answer is he just wants to enjoy. He wants to give them enjoyment, and he wants to enjoy their company. That's it. There's nothing more than that. Now, it's mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishnam, Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam, Bhaktavataram Bhaktakhyam, Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Which means that when Krishna descended in this age of Kali Yuga, he expanded himself into 5 forms, into 5 expansions. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam. So he expanded himself into 5 forms. Bhakta Rupa, which is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the middle. Swarupakam, Bhakta Swarupakam, which means that the expansion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna, who is Balram, who would you see on his right side? Nityananda Prabhu, he's in blue dress. Bhakta Avataram, which means that incarnation of the devotee, which is incarnation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Advaita Acharya, on the far right side of Mahaprabhu. And Bhaktakyam means a pure devotee, who's said to be a pure devotee. Akhyam means who is known as a pure devotee, who's Srivas Pandit, and we are celebrating his disappearance day today. He is on this side, and on the left side, the bald-headed figure, the far left. And Namami Bhakta Shaktikam, and the energy of Lord, who is Gadadhar Pandit, who is in between, you see, in the purple clothes. So, first 3, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the 3 on this side, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya, they are Vishnu Tattva. They are Supreme Personality of Godhead. I won't get into the details of who they are, but they are Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then in the purple clothes, we have Gadadhar Pandit. He is the incarnation of energy of the Supreme Lord, who is Radharani, who has come as Gadadhar Pandit. And then on the far left, we have Srivas Pandit, who is Narad Muni. And these are the topmost 5 figures we worship in our tradition before we do anything. So, even before chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Prabhupada says that we have to recite Panch Tattva Mantra. So, in a way, our life is dependent on, our spiritual life depends on Srivas Pandit, because he is one of the Panch Tattvas, the 5 most prominent figures in our tradition. Now, someone may ask that why Narad Muni? There are so many devotees Krishna has, so why Narad Muni was chosen to come as one of the Panch Tattvas? So I mentioned before that the first 3 are Vishnu Tattvas, then Gadadhar Pandit is none other than Radharani, who is the energy of Krishna, and then Srivas Pandit is Narad Muni, which means that he is Jiva. He's not a conditioned soul, but he's Tathastha Shakti, which means that he is, like we are also Tathastha Shakti. We are the energy of the Lord, but then we come in between. So we are Jivas. So Srivas Pandit is also the Tathastha Shakti of Krishna, which means that we could be influenced by the material nature, but we are internally spiritual. So Srivas Pandit is a Jiva, and why was he chosen out of all the devotees of Krishna to come, to be in this main 5 figures of our, who is the object of our worship? So someone may ask that, Vishakha was there, Lalita was there, there are so many devotees, Ambrish Maharaj in Bhagavatam, there are so many devotees who could be chosen. I tried to do some research, and one thing which I could find was, I couldn't find an absolute answer. If you have one, you could give it to me. But Narad Muni is a preacher. He's a born preacher. And what happens that if you pick any pastime from Ram Leela or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela or Krishna Leela, you would always find Narad Muni in one of the in all these Leelas. Whenever you talk about some important devotee of the Lord, Narad Muni would be somehow connected to them. Do you have any examples of how Narad Muni is connected to these different devotees of the Lord? Someone knows any example? Someone has any example, any names? From Bhagavatam, maybe? Sorry? Murai. Oh, Mrigrari, yes, Mrigrari. So Mrigrari was a hunter who used to kill animals and leave them half dead. And then Narad Muni came to him and he made him a devotee. Anyone else? Vyasdev, exactly. Vyasdev, Dhruv Maharaj, Ambrish Maharaj. So there are tons of examples. Even Valmiki Muni. Valmiki Muni was Ratnakar before he became Valmiki Muni. He used to kill animals. And then Narad Muni came to him. He gave him spiritual knowledge and then he became a saint. So there are so many examples. Even Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, so many examples we'll find in the scriptures that Narad Muni is making them devotees. And because of his knowledge, they become these amazing devotees. If you know about Prachetas, Prachetas had a son who's Daksh Maharaj. And Daksha was one of the progenitor, and he had initially 10,000 sons. And he wanted these 10,000 sons. This is, I'm talking about back in Satyuga when there was nothing and they were trying to just make different kind of basically living entities. So Daksha had 10,000 sons and he wanted them to basically have kids so that their progeny can move on. And Narad Muni came to them and he made all of them brahmacharis. So 10,000 of them, they became brahmacharis. And then Daksha tried again, and then he had another 1,000 sons. And Narad Muni came and he again made them brahmacharis. So Daksha was he was very angry with Narad Muni, and he cursed him that you will never be staying in one place, you will always roam around. And Narad Muni was very happy. Why? Because if you stay in one place, for a vairagi, for a saintly person, if they stay in one place, they can get attached. So in this way, Narad Muni made a lot of devotees. We are trying to make devotees in this age, but he was making devotees back from from the beginning of the creation. So that's why he's such an amazing preacher. And he's always Jai Shri Radha Gokulanand ki Jai, Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai. And Narad Muni can appear anywhere and everywhere. Just wherever he's required to serve Krishna, he would appear there. Right? Sometimes he would also try to instigate people against each other just because he wants to serve Lord Krishna. And wherever he gets the opportunity to preach, Narad Muni would appear there. So he is the preacher. Our Krishna consciousness movement is meant to preach, and we are not a little bit hesitant, even a little bit hesitant in saying that we are a missionary movement. We want to make devotees. And Narad Muni is the personified, I would say, he is the personification of preaching. And he has been doing it from back then. Why is he doing it? Because he's compassionate. He wants that everyone would understand that you are not required here. You have, just go back to Godhead, go to Krishna. And that is why he's also known as a Shaktya Avatar. Shaktya Avatar means when someone is empowered by the Lord to do certain activities extraordinarily. Sometimes Lord come himself as a Shaktya Avatar, and sometimes he empowered his devotees to become a Shaktya Avatar. And these Shaktya Avatars can have different Shaktis or powers. For example, Parshuram had the power of killing the miscreants. Vedvyasa was a Shaktya Avatar. He had the power of compiling the Vedas, so his power was knowledge. But Narad Muni's power is Bhakti. He is empowered by Bhakti Shakti, which is the topmost power one can have. And that's why he's known for starting these revolutions, these Bhakti revolutions in the world, in the universe, in the creation for that sake. And apart from this, there's one also, I was reading Chaitanya Mangal as well, and in Chaitanya Mangal it's mentioned that even before Advaita Acharya, Narad Muni was the reason that Krishna had to come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in Dwapar Yuga, when Narad Muni could see that Kali Yuga is coming up and people are going to be in very miserable condition, he felt compassionate onto them, and then he went to Dwarka. and he requested Krishna that what is going to happen with the people of Kali Yuga? They don't know anything. They would be messed up. They would have no spiritual knowledge, no spiritual inclination. They would be trapped in this cycle of birth, death, suffering forever. So what's going to happen? And then Krishna showed him his form of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then he told him that I'm going to come in the Kali Yuga as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Narad Muni is actually, according to Lochan Das Thakur, he's the reason that Krishna came in this Kali Yuga. So considering all these facts, Narad Muni is the topmost devotee, and that's why he is included in the Panchtattvas. Now, as I mentioned, that Narad Muni is known for starting these bhakti revolutions. So I don't know if you have read, when I was a student, in my social sciences book, there was a section of bhakti revolution where they would, where we would read about Mirabai, we would read about these different devotees who have come back in 14th century to start bhakti revolution during the invasion of Mughals and all that stuff. So Narad Muni has been doing this bhakti revolution from the time immemorial. And to do the same revolution of bhakti in Kali Yuga, he came as Srivas Pandit. And not surprising enough, the revolution of bhakti started from his own house, which is very famously called Srivasangan. So now I will go on to describe who Srivas Pandit is. You know now that is clear to everyone that Srivas Pandit is Narad Muni. So that's clear. A little bit of understanding of who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, who are here from the beginning of the class. So that is also established. Okay. So Srivas Pandit was 30 years older to Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was born in a place in Bangladesh, now Bangladesh, then East Bengal. It was Srihatta. Now the name has changed to Silhouette. And there were 5 brothers. Somewhere it's mentioned that there are 4 brothers, but there are 5 brothers. Nalin Pandit, Srivas Pandit, Sri Rama Pandit, who is mentioned here, Srinidhi Pandit, and Shripati Pandit. So there were 5 brothers. All of them were extraordinary devotees of the Lord. And here it is mentioned, I think here is, who is it? Srivas Pandit, the Sri Ram Pandit. So Sri Ram Pandit is mentioned as Parvat Muni. So Parvat Muni is the one, I don't know if you know about, a little bit knowledge about Srimad Bhagavatam, but Narad Muni and Parvat Muni, they went to, Chitraketu Maharaj to tell him that you don't have, when his son died. So they were very good friends, Parvat Muni and Narad Muni. So they both came as brothers in Chaitanya Leela. So Srivas Pandit, as I mentioned, there were 5 brothers, and they came to Navdvip to have some education, to read Shastras, and under the shelter of Advaita Acharya, who is the old man on the far right, under the shelter of Advaita Acharya, they started studying scriptures. And there's no mention of who was the guru of Srivas Pandit. There's no mention in the scriptures, but what I have heard, and a little bit of I have heard from somewhere, I don't know how bona fide it is, that Madhvendra Puri was his spiritual teacher. Now, when Srivas Pandit with his brothers moved to Navdvip, at that time, Mahaprabhu also came back, not at that time, afterwards, Mahaprabhu also came back from Gaya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was small, because he is Krishna and Krishna is naughty, so when he was small, he was very naughty. And he was not at all a devotee. And what he used to do, he used to spread atheistic philosophy, and he used to say that, he used to challenge people all around the Navdvip that, come and I would defeat you in the philosophical arguments. So he was very naughty. He was not humble at all, and people would consider him arrogant. He was very sweet, very beautiful, because he is Krishna himself. So people would fall in love with him, but then he was very arrogant in his behavior. But then, when he was 16 years old, he went to Gaya. Gaya, as you might know, they do Pinddan there in Bihar. he went to Gaya, he visited Gaya, he took initiation from Ishwarpuri, and then when he came back, there was a huge transformation in Vishwambar. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Vishwambar at that time. His name was Vishwambar. Also, Navdvip at that time was the center of knowledge. So people from far place, from places, from far, distant places would come to Navdvip to learn about Shastras. And in that place, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was initially spreading Mayavadi philosophy. But when he came from Gaya, after taking initiation from Ishwarpuri, he was completely absorbed in Krishna Prema. He was transformed. He was crying, he was laughing, he was rolling on the floor, he was beating himself, he was hugging trees, thinking that this is my Krishna. Because remember, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the mood of Radharani. So because he has captured this mood of Radharani, he would sometimes go and hug trees thinking that he is my Krishna, he would cry, he would show different kind of ecstatic symptoms. Sometimes he would beat himself as well, he will grind his teeth. He completely transformed, he became very humble. He would go to these little few Vaishnavas who were there in Navdvip. He would go to them, he would do menial services for them, he would wash his clothes, he would carry their baskets, he would do all that stuff. And seeing this, mother of Vishwambar Pandit, which is Nimai Pandit, which is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who's Shachi Mata. Shachi Mata is none other than Yashoda in Krishna Leela. She really lost it. She was like, what happened to my, what happened to him? What happened to my Vishwambar? What happened to my Nimai? He used to be, what is he doing? Has he got some disease, some internal kind of disorder? And she got really anxious about him. She was crying. She was thinking that because she had two sons, Vishwarup and Vishwambar. So there was the elder brother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, and he took sannyas as well. And she was thinking, my husband has died, my elder son has taken sannyas, now I only have this Vishwambar, and he's also getting mad. So she was very anxious. And seeing that, she called some doctors, and these doctors were atheistic people. And they could not really identify what was happening with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what they said it's kind of a life air kind of disorder, wind disorder, and it's some internal mental health problem. Just give him Dhup. Dhup means coconut water, and he would be fine. So basically, they could not treat him. And then Shachimata called Srivas Pandit. Srivas Pandit was a scholar, of course, and then she called him. And she told him that what's happening to my Vishwambar, he's getting mad, to do something about it, he has got some internal disorder. And seeing Srivas Pandit, Mahaprabhu was even more in ecstasy. He was crying because Srivas Pandit is a devotee. It's like, when you go in airplanes and you find a devotee and they say Hare Krishna to you, you are in jubilation. It's like, oh my God, finally there's some. So, when you find a devotee in midst of a lot of non-devotees and atheistic people, it's like the feeling is very pleasurable. The feeling is very ecstatic. So that was what's happening with Mahaprabhu also, because no one could understand him. So he confided in Srivas Pandit. And then he hugged him and he was crying, and Mahaprabhu started crying and crying and crying to the extent that his whole clothes were wet. And Srivas Pandit's clothes were wet. And then Srivas Pandit realized that, okay, this is some divine personality, because he's showing these Ashtasattvic Vikars, which means that, not even Ashtasattvic Vikars. Ashtasattvic, I don't know how do you pronounce it in English, but there are 8 transcendental symptoms which are visible in the body of a pure devotee when they feel transcendental, when they get into this transcendental mode, when they lose external consciousness. But Mahaprabhu was showing not 8 types of transcendental symptoms. He was different because he was showing 18 types of transcendental symptoms. And Srivas Pandit realized it. And Srivas Pandit, at that time he realized it, okay, this is not This is not some normal person. I was thinking this, this is just some random naughty boy, but he could be the supreme personality of Godhead. He's some divine personality at least. And then Mahaprabhu started doing kirtans, his very famous kirtans in Srivas's Angan. So and he did kirtan for 1 year every day in Srivas Pandit's house. And there in Srivas Pandit's house, all the devotees used to meet together. There were many devotees. Gadadhar Pandit, Advaitacharya, Nityananda Prabhu, all the 5 ones here, Vakreshwar Pandit, Shuklambar Brahmachari, Mukunda Datta, so many. So all of them started doing kirtans in Mahaprabhu's house, not in Mahaprabhu's house, Srivas's house, Srivas's Angan. And Mahaprabhu did these kirtans for 1 whole year. Now, anyone knows how many years did Mahaprabhu live in this material planet? What was his age? 48. So out of 48 years, Mahaprabhu spent 1 whole year in Srivas's Angan, in Srivas's veranda. So that says a lot, because he did not just come to have fun. I mean, he came to preach, but then he came to give pleasure to his devotees also. So that 1 year means a lot. And what was he doing? He was just doing kirtan. He was just giving pleasure to his devotees. And in my understanding, this is the most intimate exchange he had with his devotees in Srivas's Angan. And Srivas's house became the instrument for all the devotees to come and get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because when Mahaprabhu will do kirtans, he will reciprocate with the devotees as per their faith. So if someone is a devotee of Lord Ram, Mahaprabhu would show his Rama avatar. He would show that he is Lord Ram. Advaitacharya once asked him to show his universal form, and Mahaprabhu showed his universal form, which he showed it to Arjuna. If someone is a devotee of Varahadev, Matsyadev, Kurma avatar, Narsimhadev, he would show all these, he will manifest this in front of his devotees. As per their faith, Mahaprabhu would reciprocate. So this was very special. And as they would do kirtan day and night, there were some atheistic people who would not like it at all. And what would they say? These 5 brothers, they don't sleep at night themselves. They don't know any philosophy. They are just sentimentalists. They don't sleep themselves. They don't let us sleep. They don't earn a penny. They are just mere sentimentalists who don't know what to do. And this Srivas would ruin the whole Bengal. And listening to this, I have so many pastimes, to be honest, but I think we don't have a lot of time. So listening to this, Mahaprabhu got really angry, because God can take offense to himself, but if you offend his devotee, he would not tolerate. So Mahaprabhu got really angry when people started cursing Srivas Pandit and all the brothers. And Mahaprabhu went to Ganges, he lost his external consciousness, and then he started saying, I am him, I would not leave them. So what is he saying? That I am Krishna, I am Narsimhadev, I would destroy these people. And then he went to Srivas Pandit's door and he started shouting, Srivas, open the door. And then he started kicking his door. And Srivas was trembling and he opened the door, and as he opened the door, he found that Mahaprabhu is showing his Vishnu avatar. He found Lord Vishnu standing at his door. Now, why did Mahaprabhu show Vishnu avatar to Srivas Pandit? Any idea? Why did he show? He could have shown Krishna avatar as well, or Ram avatar as well. Why did he show Vishnu, Narayan form? Okay, so he wouldn't be scared. Anything else? Yeah. Yes, so Narad Muni worships Lord Narayan. He worships Krishna in the awe and reverence mood, in the Aishwarya Bhav. And that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, very first time when he showed his form, he showed his Vishnu form, because that's what he used to worship. And then Mahaprabhu asked him to invite, so basically then Srivas Pandit invited him in his home, He make him sit in his cot, and then some Akashvani happened. Akashvani means some divine sound vibrations which came from the sky. And then the Akashvani said that, now do the Abhishek, which means bathe the Lord. And then from 100 pots of Ganges water, Srivas Pandit worshipped the Lord. He did the Abhishek. And after that, Lord said, why are you scared, Srivas? No one can stop you from doing Sankirtan. And if those people would come with their boats, because there was some rumor which was spread that at that time the governor was also Muslim Nawab. So these non-devotees spread this rumor that the Nawab is sending these 2 boats and they will capture all the devotees who are doing Sankirtan Yagya, who are doing this Kirtan, and they will drown them. And Mahaprabhu said that I am the super soul in everyone's heart. And without my permission, they cannot do anything to you. And still, independently, if they try to do something to you, I would be the first one who would step into the boat and drown them. And that's why Mahaprabhu said that don't worry about it. Just continue, keep on doing the Kirtan. And that's how this Mahaprakash Leela and this 1 year Kirtan of famous Srivasisangan Kirtan, it started. And Prabhupada mentioned in one of the verses, which is just above this verse, and Prabhupada mentions that even the cats and dogs of Srivasangan got liberated. Even if they could not understand what was going on, even the cats and dogs of Srivasangan got liberated. And cats and dogs as well as the servants. So there is this one very famous pastime. There was a servant, maid servant in Shiva's Pandit's house. Her name was Dukhi. Dukhi means sad. And she used to do a lot of services for Shiva's Pandit. And one of the services was to get these Ganges water pots to do the Abhishek of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu, when he saw that these pots, these water pots are lined up very nicely and neatly, he became happy. So this is how sweet Mahaprabhu is. He just get happy. There was no reason to be happy. They were just neatly lined up there, and Mahaprabhu just got pleased by that. That's how merciful he is. So he got happy just by seeing that they were very nicely lined up. And then he said, who has lined up these pots so nicely? And then Shivas Pandit said, she's my maidservant Dukhi. And then Mahaprabhu said, from now on, her name would be Sukhi. And as he said that maidservant started dancing in ecstasy and crying in Krishna Prema, and then she fell on the ground. So wherever Mahaprabhu would see anyone, if he wanted to give them their mercy, looking at Mahaprabhu, people were becoming pure devotees. Before that, there was similar pastime of Narayani also, which is mentioned in this purport. Narayani was the niece of Srivas Pandit. So Srivas Pandit has a brother, Nalin Pandit. His daughter was Narayani. And when Mahaprabhu was trying to explain to Srivas Pandit, not explain, just to show that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there was this 4-year-old girl, Narayani, and Mahaprabhu said, chant Krishna's name and cry. And as Mahaprabhu said it, this 4-year-old girl started crying and dancing in ecstasy, and she also fell to the ground. So that's how Mahaprabhu was making devotees, showing that he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have only 5 minutes left. I'm going to share one very famous pastime of Srivas Pandit, and then we will end the class. So one day, when these kirtans were happening, Mahaprabhu would come around before evening, in Srivas's house to do the kirtans. And around 4 p.m., when Mahaprabhu was dancing and surrounded by devotees, encircled by lots of devotees, some wailing sound and crying, sounds of crying and wailing started coming into the veranda where he was dancing with the devotees. And as Srivas Pandit went inside in the inner chambers of the house, that where is the sound coming from, he realized that his own son has died. And then he tried to control the situation, and he said, whatever you do, don't disturb the kirtan of Mahaprabhu. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You should understand that just by chanting Krishna's name, while someone is dying, they are liberated. What to speak of when Supreme Personality of Godhead is himself present here? Can you even fathom how auspicious it is? So there's nothing to cry about. He's going in some spiritual destination. His life is sorted. Don't worry about it. And then he said, even if you cannot detach yourself, if you want to cry, just cry inside, no sound, just stuff yourself with some cloth or something, but no sound should come. Mahaprabhu should not get disturbed. Now for us, we should not try to imitate great personalities. So of course, when someone dies, we should not be, because we are not in that platform. But what does this pastime kind of tells us? That Srivas Pandit was completely surrendered to the Lord. And he had, when you actually realize things, you can understand, you know that what you are talking about. But if we try to imitate these great personalities, which sometimes devotees can do, I myself can do, then it's not really advisable to copy these great personalities. And then Mahaprabhu said, as he came out, as Srivas Pandit came out, so the women in the house, they stopped crying, by the way, by listening to Srivas Pandit's lecture. And when he came out, Mahaprabhu was dancing, and Mahaprabhu was like, I can't feel this much of ecstasy, I can't feel ecstatic, I can't groove today, it's just, I'm not getting the vibe. And then the devotees told him that his son has died around 4 p.m. And then Mahaprabhu started crying. And Mahaprabhu said, how would I leave such companions? How would I leave such associates? And when he said, he was crying, he was weeping, he got really emotional. Now, why is he weeping? Because first of all, he's very emotional, seeing the love of his devotees. And the second, that he's going to take sannyas. And when he said that, what I'm going to do without these devotees, the devotees present their room, that was the first time they got the hint that why Mahaprabhu is talking like this, is he going to leave us or something? So they got the first hint there that Mahaprabhu is going to take sannyas. And after that, Mahaprabhu came, Mahaprabhu went to the dead body of this boy, and Mahaprabhu did this. He started speaking to the boy, and everyone was astonished why he's talking to a dead body. And then the boy started speaking as well. The dead body was speaking. And Mahaprabhu asked him, why did you leave so soon? And then the boy said, I'm not independent. Whatever you decide for me, I go there. So I don't want to be here. My time has come. I want to go now. So sometimes people can ask, he was with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why did he want to leave? Why did he say that I don't want to come back? Because he went to the spiritual world and he took birth from the womb of a gopi. That's why he did not want to come back. So anyways, Mahaprabhu did the final rites and everyone was done. Like everyone was very happy with the women, they were all consoled. And then they went to the bank of Ganges and then they did the final rites of the boy. And Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu told Srivas Pandit that you have lost one son today, but from now onwards, me and Nityananda are your 2 sons. So in this way, Narad Muni, he worships Lord in Aishwarya Bhav, he worships Lord in Madhurya Bhav as Naradi Muni, as Madhu Mangal as well in Sakhya Bhav, in Vatsalya Bhav as well as Srivas Pandit. So that's why Narad Muni, these are the glories of Narad Muni. I have so many things to say, but I think we are just going to start with the Gaura Arati, and we pray to Srivas Pandit that he would also give us the real detachment from this material world, and the only attachment we would have is towards Krishna. Shri Srivas Pandit Bhav Divas Ki Hare Krishna.
Madhur 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 baje Madhur 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 baje Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवाद पश्यत्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद चैतन्य नित्यानंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद चैतन्य नित्यानंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Gaurani Dai, Gaurani Dai, Gaurani Dai, Jaya Gaurani Dai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Shri Radha Gokulanand ki, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Gaurani Dai ki.
Jai Shripad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Sadasri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Sadasri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki. Shri Mayapur Dham ki. Jagannath Puri Dham ki. Gangamai Yamunamai ki. Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani ki. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki. Transcendental Bhakti Solution ki. Samavita Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Nitai Gaur Brahmanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Sri Prabhupada. Now everyone can please be seated. We'll sing prayers for Lord Nrsimhadev.
Everybody, please be seated. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Dayine. Prahlada Dayine. Hiranyakashipo Vaksha. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimho. Yato Yamitato Nrsimho. Nrsimha. Bahir Nrsimho, Hridaye Nrsimho. Bahir Nrsimho, Hridaye Nrsimho. Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapadye. Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapadye. Avakara Kamalabare Nakam Adbhuta Shingam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Avatara Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Lada Dayine. Prahlada Lada Dayine. Hiranyakashi Purvaksha. Shilatanka Nakalaye. Jai Bhaktivedanta Shri Nrsimhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Bhakta Shrestha Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, everybody. So we had a nice program this afternoon celebrating the disappearance of Sri Srivas Pandita, or Sri Srivas Thakur, a very intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We're going to conclude our mini celebration by honoring prasadam in the reception area. So please, everybody, make their way into that area and form an orderly queue, and we will serve prasadam. And we would request everybody to either sit inside on the floor. There are also some chairs there available. Otherwise, it's dry outside. You can actually sit outside also on the grass. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. And we'll be continuing kirtan a little later, or soon, in the temple room. A little later.
You will know